We were discussing about this three strands of that Yajnopavita, Trivrit. So in that we have got three ways of looking at it. The first we were discussing, that was about this Runatraya. That is three indebtedness we have got, and in that we were discussing about Deva Runa. We are blessed with lot of gifts by that Satchidananda in different forms, for our sustenance, for our knowledge, for our perseverance, for our sadhana. He has given the sadhana kshetra, he has given the birth and death cycle, he has provided us with this knowledge in the form of Vedas. So many things, all has been given to us, keeping in mind our benefit, keeping in our mind our goal, our search, our earning. All this he has done without any sort of expectation. So this is a great indebtedness on us. So this we have discussed up to this. Now this Rana, we have to clear it. We have to clear our debt. So clearing our debt makes us deserving to enjoy those gifts. If I don't pay anything, if I don't think of paying anything back, if I want to enjoy it, I don't deserve it. Anything, it is a common thing. Say if I want to enjoy chocolate, I have to pay for it. Without paying for the chocolate, I can just take it. I cannot take it out of the counter and eat it. We have got a big mall, I want this X, Y, Z, so many things. That's the system, that's the system. Nothing is free. Nothing is free. Maybe in certain relationships, in certain relations, we give certain things free because we take certain other things free. We call it as barter system. So anyhow, when we are speaking of things that we enjoy, we are supposed to pay for it, and only then we get a right to enjoy it. That is, we will be able to deserve it. So in what way we have to pay for it? Now God actually is the master of the whole universe. He is the wealthiest. Everything belongs to Him. What can I pay? What can I pay? Now thinking that by offering a coconut, by offering vermilion, or by offering a banana, by offering an arati, yes, I am paying this debt, is, if I am right, the most foolish thing. No, that's not the offering he expects, and this way of offering is a mockery. It's a mockery. We are not offering anything. Because the coconut we are offering to God, who gave it to us? He Himself. The banana we are offering to Him, the flowers we are offering to Him, who has given us? The same person, belongs to Him. He has given us all these things for our sustenance and use. So whatever thing He has given to us, which is His, if I give it back and say your debt is cleared, that's the, if I'm right, most foolish thing that we can do. No. To clear the debt, there is totally a different way. That's what Vedas say. Okay, let us take one situation. Some person who loves us and whom we love, they are given us a gift. Say, a book, let me say an example. A book they have given. Now, how do we use that book? How do we handle that book? It is given by a person who has got love towards us and whom we revere, and they are given us a gift. That's a book, and how do we use it? We use it very, very carefully. We use it very, very diligently. We go through that book from A to Z, read it, understand. And we always keep that book in a very safe place by binding it, by giving it an outer cover and placing it in the right place. See, this is how we do it, because it's a gift given to us by the one whom we love, and they have given it to us with love. I will not throw it here and there. I will not say, why I don't need this book and throw it, or maybe I will not give it to somebody else. I will not tear it off. I will not misuse it. I will not abuse it. So this is how we do it. Because I revere that gift, because it's given by a person whom I love and whom I revere. In the same way, What all the gifts we have received now, it's from Satchidananda, who has given all these things to us with love. And of course, we do also love Satchidananda. So all the gifts what we have received from him, we have to love it, we have to use it properly, and never misuse it, never squander it, never pollute it. This is the way we have to react to the gifts given by Satchidananda. And by reacting in this right way, yes, it's impossible to clear all the debt, but it shows our honesty to clear the debt. Yes, I'm really intending to clear this debt. This can be communicated, this can be shown only when I protect it, I use it, and not abuse it or misuse it. So this is what is very much important. So all the gifts of God, we have to protect it, save it, use it only to that extent it is needed, and pass it on to the next generation. Because this gift is given, is not only for one generation, it's for generations to come. Because our previous generations did this. Yes, it has come up to us. And now it is our duty to protect it and pass it on to the next generation. We are only trustees of all these gifts. We are not owners. We did not manufacture it. We did not create it. We did not set it up. It has been given to us. And what has been given to us, we have to use it to the best extent possible, protect it, and try our level best to enrich it and pass it on to the next generation. This is a way of clearing that runa, that debt, deva runa. If this one point is understood, lot of global problems what we are facing today will all vanish within a short time. Think over. The whole is facing the greatest problems that we can imagine, like pollution, air pollution, water pollution, space pollution, land pollution. Everything is being polluted. All the gifts by God are being polluted because of, number one, our ignorance, number two, our selfishness. We want something out of it. What happens as a result of it, we never bother about it. I want something, I will do it. Over. The consequences are so serious that all have resulted into a global problem. Starting from the hole in the ozone layer to acid rain. Is it the way we have to handle the gift given to us so liberally by that Satchidananda? Definitely not. Definitely not. The selfishness has resulted in such a way of life of ours, which has become a burden on the whole nature, which has become a burden on the whole resources. Just another example, forest cover. Forest cover on this globe, on this planet. What it was when we came onto this planet, what it is today. It has drastically got reduced. What is the result? They call it as global warming. The temperature of the globe is increasing. And it increases further. What will happen? If there is an increase in the temperature of the globe, at one point of time or the other, all the ice that is there in the Arctic and the poles, they all melt. So once they melt, it's a very serious problem. We cannot control that force of water which rushes. As long as it is in the solidified form, yes, everything is fine. But because of global warming, if it starts melting, we ourselves are inviting a disaster upon us. Yes, all scientists and those who can think and visualize, yes, they are all worried about it. So maintaining the temperature of the globe is a very, very important thing, and it is possible only by afforestation, not by deforestation. All these forests, of course, they are the gifts of God. We are indebted to God for having provided us with all these things. These forests not only maintain the temperature of the globe, they are the main source of oxygen. Without oxygen, we creatures, we cannot live. We need oxygen. The main source of it is those greens. If these greens are cut down, we ourselves are lessening, deteriorating the supply of oxygen, which is a very, very essential thing for us to live. Say we got all the amenities, all the paraphernalia. Say there is no oxygen. What's the use of it? We die. Even if I don't have food for 5 days, it doesn't matter if I got oxygen to live. Oxygen is so important for we creatures to live. And only then other things come. That's the highest priority. Water. In our whole solar system, water in liquid form is there only on Earth. We all know it. Unless water is there, we cannot exist. We cannot live. And this water, they call it in Sanskrit or Veda Bhasha, they call it as Jivanam. Water is called as Jivanam. It's a very life. Water is very life. So how diligently we should use it? How carefully we have to use it? No, we are so careless. We pollute it to a very great extent possible. Even in this water, we got two things. One is the sea water, which is saline in nature. And I got rainwater, which is potable. Now we allow this rainwater to flow and reach the sea. We are not making the proper use of it. To make the proper use of it, we are going to very big projects like dams. Dams are not the way. Small tanks are the way. When the rain falls in the catchment area, from there up to the sea, the last point, we should collect it in small tanks, ponds. That's the way. Because when you collect water in a huge project like a dam, the pressure on the layers of the earth will be too much and it becomes seismically active. Earthquakes, seismically it becomes active. So holding a huge volume of water on the layers of earth is not advisable. Still we have to hold the water. That is in a small proportion. So at every step we have to build tanks, ponds, collect it, and finally it reaches a river, and from there it goes to the sea. This is a method. I'm not telling as it is. Everything what I'm telling, most of the things they are explained in Vedas. They say, Samani Prabha Sahavo Annabhagaha. What does Samani Prabha mean? Let the source of water to all of you be the same. Now, which is that source of water? It's the same for all of us. That's the rain. So let your source of water, let your requirement of water be quenched by the rain. Make the best use of that rain. That's an indication we have got. Once it falls on the land, yes, we have got some problems. The land belongs to so and so, the land belongs to so and so. We have bifurcated by making territories. This belongs to this nation, this state, this person. Now all the problems come. But as long as when the rain is there, at that level, it belongs to all of us. Samani Prabha. Let all your sources of water be the same. Nobody has a copyright to water because we never created it. It's a natural gift by God. Every one of us should think as to how best we can use it without disturbing the rights of others to use it. This is what we call it as humanity, human nature. We are entitled to our rights, fine. We have to exercise our rights, excellent. But while exercising our rights, we should not disturb or snatch away the rights of others. We have to respect the rights of others, and through that we have to exercise our right. Now that is human nature. Are you doing it? Doing it is a way of clearing the debt. We shall enjoy, we shall use it. Wonderful, no doubt about it. It is given for us only. But we should not think that it is given to me and me alone. No. Maybe I am powerful. I can use it. I can usurp it. No, I will not do it. This is human nature. This is compassion. Now with compassion, with love, with diligence, if I use all the resources given to us and allow others also to use it, yes, this is a way of clearing my debt. This is a way of clearing my runa, deva runa. It's not mastery over it. It's not paying something silly like a banana or a coconut or a flower and saying, I have cleared your debt. No, this is the way to do it. We have to protect it, we have to enrich it, and pass it on to the next generation. While using it, we should use it so diligently, and we should not disturb the rights of other creatures. We have been seeing people encroach forests. After encroaching the forest, where should those animals go? They have no other go than getting into the human habitats. You see, they are encroaching upon our peaceful place, and we try to shoot them. Is it the way? Who did the encroachment first? It was we. We encroached forests. We never respected the boundary between the forest and the living habitats. Now this is not the way to live life. Prevail. We have to respect the rights of other living beings, not only human beings, all living creatures. They have got their own rights. We human beings can cry, this is my right. But what about other creatures? Even human beings, there are so many human beings who are not capable of shouting for their rights. So we take it for granted that they have no rights. This is the most inhuman thing that we can think of. To behave in a human way, to understand things in a humane way, and protecting all the gifts of God, enriching it and passing out to the next generation is a way to clear the debt. Devaruna. And the next runa I was speaking of is the Pitru runa. That is the second strand of that three-stringed Yajnopavitam, second one. Trivrut, it has got three strands. Tantum, that thread. So the second strand stands for the second runa, called as the Pitru runa. Now how to understand this Pitru? Generally, those who speak in the light of Puranas, they say Pitru is our parents, father, mother, grandfather, grandmother, or dead. They call them as Pitru. This is the most incomprehensible definition. That's not the right definition. Pitru, the basic root is Pa, Rakshane. Anyone who protects us is our Pitru. Anyone. Anyone. It could be our own biological parents. It could be. Or it could be any other person along with them. They are all called as Pitru. And most of the time, when speaking of this Pitru runa, most of the time, 99.99%, we are referring to those Pitrus who are alive. Repeat, alive, not dead. Those who protected us, those who saved us, those who provided us so many things, when we were not able to fend for ourselves, they are all Pitrus, and living Pitrus are in the focus of this Pitru. Imagine during our infancy, when you're just born, we could do nothing. We could do nothing as infants. It was some elderly people whom I'm referring to as Pitru. It could be your biological father, mother, grandfather, aunt, uncle, anybody, XYZ. Some person took care of us when we were infants. Otherwise, we would not have grown to this extent. Someone has definitely taken care of us. Someone. Known or unknown, we don't know. They have provided us first protection. Some clothes to protect us from the vagaries of nature. They have protected us food time to time. They have given us a house, a shelter. They have given us something to quench our thirst. All this they have given us with love and affection. That humane love. Now, is it not an debt for us? They have received so many things. So many things they have received. At later stages, they have given us a lot of guidance. They have given us toys to play. They have taken us around to make us understand the nature around us. So many things they have given. So many things they have given. They have received and received and received. Almost to the day from when we started taking care of ourselves. Certain things we started taking care for ourselves by the age 4, 5, 6 years. Still, for our livelihood, we are not able to earn. Somebody provided us. They never asked in return, you give me this, then only I will feed you. If people around us had asked so, we would have died quite early by hunger. No, they just gave us, okay, young chap, take it, eat it, be happy. It could be our own biological father and mother, or maybe anybody else also. But some people have provided us when we are not able to earn our food. We are able to do certain things for ourselves, but we are not able to earn. And this continued until the day when we were able to earn our own bread and butter. Till that day, I have been receiving and receiving and receiving so many of my requirements. To put it in a nutshell, food, clothing, shelter. Over. My food, clothing, shelter problem was taken care of until the day I was able to earn them on my own. What an amount of debt I am into. And this is called as Pitru Rana. They all protected us. They all saved us. They all showered on us so many things. And all that has been done unconditionally. This is another very important thing that we have to observe. Maybe here and there a few people have done us with conditions. That's okay. But most of the time, Pitru, whom I am calling them, they have showered all these things unconditionally. How blessed we are. How blessed we are. It happens everywhere in the world. It happens everywhere. In every society, in every family. If you imagine what all we have received from day one till the day I was able to earn my own bread and butter. It's enormous. It's huge. It's all my shoulders. That's my debt. Now this I have to clear. I have received already here. Even in the first Devaruna also I have received first. Then I have to think of clearing it. Here also I have received first. I have to think of clearing it. So how? That's the next question. There is no doubt that all of us have received a lot of things. There is no doubt about it. And all we have received unconditionally. That's also very important. With few exceptions, leave it. So this unconditional receipt of us is what I am referring to as the debt. That is called as the Pitru Rana. Those who have protected us. Now how to clear it? There are two ways of clearing it. One is to pay back to the very people who have given us all these things. Fine. We take care of those people. We provide them back food, clothing and shelter. Of course, with again love and with unconditional mind. Because they also gave us unconditionally. Unconditionally, we also give them food, clothing and shelter. Not only that, there could be many other requirements also because they are old now. Because of old age, they may need some service, they may need some medicine, they may need some other infrastructural support, so many things, fine. For having received from them all those things, now I try my level best to pay it back to the best extent possible. If they need service, I give service. If they need food, I give food. If they are not able to take the food, I feed them personally. They want shelter, I provide. Whatever I have got today is their blessing. Whatever I got today is their giving. So even if I give whatever I have got full to them also, still I am not out of debt. And sharing a part of it definitely is my duty. Whatever solace they have given to us with their love and affection and protection, the same solace I have to pay it back to them. With all love and gratitude. Kritagnyata. Kritagnyata is the word what we use. Whatever has been done, I remember and give it back. And while giving this back to them, there is no condition whatsoever. It is unconditional payback. Because while receiving, there is no condition. As simple as that. Give it. Give it. And please note, all this I am able to give to them only when they are alive. Once they are dead, all the relationships we had with them is over. There is no question of giving it back to them. Now this way the Puranic people differ. They don't stress on giving back or clearing up your debt when they are alive. The stress is not there. Once they are dead, later they speak of so many rights. Do this, do that. Give this to somebody, to give somebody. All this will help this departed soul to achieve higher heights. So many things they speak of. But all that is anti-Vedic and not logical or scientific. Because all relationships are there as long as we are in our mortal bodies. Once we leave this mortal body, there is no relationship between me and my own body. How can there be other relationships? As simple as that. As long as I am in this Sharira Indriya Manas, I say this is me, this is my Sharira, this is my Indriya, this is my Manas. Once I am out, can I claim this is mine? No, I cannot. It's a decaying matter, it's a dirt. People around us take this dead body, burn it, convert it into ash over. Can I claim it's mine? No. Mamakara, it is mine. That relationship, that attachment is there only when we are alive, only when we are in it. Once we are out of it, this very Sharira Indriya Manas in which we were for 60, 70, 80, 100 years, that itself is not mine. See, this is reality. I may get another Sharira Indriya Manas. I had in my previous birth lot of Sharira Indriya Manas. Can I claim all those things that belongs to me? No, it's all gone. It's all gone. It's a temporary phase where I understand this Abhimani Sharira as my own Sharira Indriya Manas as mine for a temporary period. Use it for my improvement. Atmodhara. For the improvement of the soul, I am using it. Fine. This is an apparatus for a temporary period. By use, it becomes dilapidated. It becomes unusable. At one point of time, I throw it and get out. This apparatus itself is not mine beyond death. So if that is the case, how can that relationships continue and how can I do certain thing for the departed soul? There is no relationship at all. So whatever debt we have to clear. We have to clear with reference to the Pitrus who are 100% alive, not dead. This is what Vedas says. Clear your debt, serve them, give them back what best you can. Attend to their needs, show love, show affection, because you have received them. And you give them in such a way that they are satisfied, contented. You do all those things so that they say, you have done all these things and I am really satisfied. What do you call that? Trupti. Trupti. Until they experience that trupti, you give it back. You serve them, you pay them, you provide them. And this giving them the trupti, the word that's called as tarpana. Tarpana is related to trupti. And this trupti or satisfaction is possible only with souls we are attached to, that is when they are alive. I cannot give trupti to a departed soul because there is no relationship at all there. All relationships are severed. Because the relationships are severed, we say they are dead. But as long as we are alive, our relationships continue, are alive. So when they are alive, give them back what best you can. And see that they are satisfied. And they acknowledge, saying that, yes, we have done it, I am satisfied. Then you have really given them the tarpana. Anena iti tarpanam. That's the definition what they give. By giving what? A person experiences satisfaction. That is called tarpana. They need something, we give it. They are satisfied with that, fine, we have given tarpana to them. And please note once again, this tarpana is given to only the living souls, not the departed one, the living souls. And if you do it with a lot of dedication and love, what do you call it? Shraddha. Dedication, love, commitment. If you do it with Shraddha, that's the word, then that is called as Shraddha. Shraddhaya hitam karyam shraddham. Whatever we do with Shraddha, that is called as Shraddha. It could be anything. My exchange of my views with you people, if I do it with commitment, with dedication, with love, then my talk is a Shraddha. If you listen to it with the same care, the same alertness, what you are performing is a Shraddha. Is there anything to do with departed souls? No. Shraddha, Tarpana are 100% relevant with living beings. Pitriyajna is with living beings. Shraddha is for living beings. Tarpana is for living beings. Let us not mistake that it is something related to Pitrus or defined as departed souls. No. Vedas never say so anywhere. And it's illogical and unscientific also, we can understand. Pitriyajna is doing things which satisfies the existing Pitrus, the living Pitrus, and this we are doing with commitment and dedication and love and gratitude, because we have received a lot of things from them. This we are trying to pay. This is one point, that is to pay it back to those from whom we have received. Sometimes it may so happen that we are not able to contact those people from whom we receive directly. I received from ABC. Now ABC are not available. I cannot pay it back to ABC. It's gone. Maybe they are away. Maybe they are dead. Something. Maybe you are in contact with them. Something. Because it's not one or two persons from whom we have received. I have received from numerous people. And all the people now today I am not able to remember. And how can I pay it back? Wherever we know we do it. That's fine. That's one part. The other part is, even if you don't know, pay the elders. I may not have received directly from them. Still, pay them, serve them, pay back them. What are you doing? We are creating a chain. We are creating a chain. Young people take care of old people. Simple. Young people take care of elderly people. Over. We are creating a chain. Maybe the young people might not have received directly from them. Doesn't matter. We give them back. Because they would have given to somebody else. Whether they are receiving from them or not is a different issue. Every elderly man will definitely would have given something to the younger generation. So they have given. Someone has received. So on behalf of those who have received, that's the younger generation, we shall pay back to the older generation. Fine. We are creating a chain. It will be direct, it will be indirect, doesn't matter, but you are creating a value where younger generation has to take care of the older generation. Go on. With love, affection, dedication. They have got their own needs. Give them. Wherever possible, give it direct. Fine. From whom you have received, you acknowledge and pay to them. Fine. Wherever it is not possible, still pay, still clear your debt indirectly. Finally, by doing so, we will clear our debt to some extent. That very gratitude, that very attitude by which we recognize, we remember what all we have received and try to pay it back, that itself is a very, very positive thought. That itself is a very, very positive action which helps us in the long run. Help us means the souls. It gives the soul the strength, it purifies the soul. So this is what we call as Pitrurana. The way we give back may be different in different situations, that doesn't matter. But we, as younger generation, we should be able to pay it back. We should have that attitude. Whatever I get, whatever I earn, part of it is not mine, it is for clearing of this debt. With love, affection, gratitude. Unconditional. This I have been telling again and again. Unconditional. We give it over. Unconditional, without any expectation. We are not giving it to them expecting something in future. No, this is the one what we are giving for having received something in the past. They have received something in the past, for that we are giving. So I don't expect anything in the future out of it. So to understand this and to clear it is what we call it as Pitrurana. Now that stringe, that strand what is there, the second one, it reminds me about this. The first one reminds me about the Devarona, to understand it, to accept it and to clear it. The second one reminds me about this Pitrurana, to understand it and how I have to repay it. This is the second stringe what we have got. That's called as the Pitrurana. Devarona, Pitrurana. Two runas are over in that first Ranatraya. And the third one is the Acharya Runa. Acharya Runa. Acharya is the teacher, the mentor, the guide. In the beginning, this position is taken by our Pitrus. Pitrus themselves would have done it. And later, Acharyas take over and educate us, give us a lot of knowledge, share their experience with us, help us to understand the world inside and outside us. Those we call them as Acharya. The exact translation for Acharya is not there in English. You can say a mentor, a teacher, a guide, anything, okay. But the exact meaning of the word Acharya is Acharam grahayati achinoti va sa Acharya. That is, one who practices what he preaches. An Acharya is one who practices what he preaches. He doesn't just preach. He preaches, and whatever he preaches, whatever he professes, he practices. He's a practical man. He's not a theory man. Not only that, he makes his students also practice what is right, what is wrong. He teaches them and asks them to practice the right things. He builds character in them. He builds a personality in them. Only that person is called as an Acharya. If you are an Acharya, we can be sure that our whole life will be transformed into a better human being. No doubt about it. What is the definition of? I could not see it. Acharya, okay. Acharam grahayati. Acharam grahayati. Achinoti va. Sa Acharya. For the sake of the students, he transforms his personality. And that he does it by a role model. He will not ask a student to do like this, do like that. He does it and tells him, do as I do. He is an Acharya. This is the right thing, you have to do it. Sir, how can I do it? Look at me, I'm practicing it. Look at me, I'm your role model. He is so confident that whatever he teaches, he is practicing. It tells him very simply. This we find in several other Vedic texts, not exactly Vedic literature we find it. It's an outcome of Vedas. There they say, whenever you are in doubt, whenever in a dilemma as to what is to be done, please remember what I had done when you were with me in the Gurukula. In the Gurukula you are with me, you are seeing what I was doing. So in a similar situation, how I reacted, in the same way you react. That's how it is. You just follow me, that's enough. I am there as your guide. Not just in words, but in action also. He is an Acharya. So he says, whatever I have told you, plus whatever I have been practicing, that shall be your lesson. Now this Acharya shares all his study, all his experience with the student. And once again I repeat, all this he does it with love, free. Only he is an Acharya. Only he is an Acharya. He gives it because he knows the value of knowledge. Knowledge can never be evaluated in terms of anything else. Is it equal to 100 rupees? Is it equal to $1,000? No, I cannot evaluate. Every piece of knowledge is invaluable. So how can you charge for it? How can you sell it? The very rate we doesn't know. The price of it we can never understand. Knowledge is always free. Knowledge is always invaluable. Now an Acharya knows it. A real Acharya knows it. An Acharya by the word knows it. He says, the knowledge what I have got is invaluable. And did all the knowledge started from that Acharya? No. It was passed on from generation to generation. His Acharya told him that. And he said this is invaluable. And his Acharya told it. His Acharya told it. Now from where it all began? It all began from that Satchidananda. He is the first and the foremost teacher for every living creature in the universe. The only teacher who is, the only Acharya who is worth by that name is that Satchidananda. Because he is omniscient. Omniscient means knower of all. Sarvajna. So the only Acharya we can really call by that name is that Satchidananda. And all other people in the generations, they are all students and students and students only. But junior students refer to senior students as Acharya, it's okay, acceptable. But if the senior student, when we address them as Acharya, and they say, yes, I am an Acharya, he is gone. Junior student looking at him as an Acharya is excellent, but the senior student should always say, I am also a student. My senior is an Acharya. I am not an Acharya. I am only a senior student. If that is the humility he can have, yes, he is a real Acharya. I think you are able to understand what I am telling you. The only one person who is fit to be called as Acharya is a Satyananda and Satyananda alone, nothing else. Shikshano asmin puruhutayamani. This is a piece of the Veda mantra, where we refer to Satyananda and say to him, you are our ultimate teacher, you are our ultimate Acharya, you guide us in our walks of life. Said in the Vedas, very clear. Yes, we can understand it. No mortal is omniscient. Whatever knowledge we have got, it is gift given by our elders. Maybe parents, maybe teachers, maybe acharyas, yes. It is their blessing. It's their gift. If they had not given all these things to us, we would have been duffers. Any piece of knowledge that we have today is a gift. Now I understand that it's a gift given to us unconditionally, freely, and because of which we are able to lead a better life. Are you not indebted to them? That's Acharya Runa. Yes, we are indebted. Part of the Pitru, they would have performed the role of an Acharya. Yes, that all we are considered under Pitru. Apart from that, we have got certain people who have given us all this knowledge. Unconditionally, freely, invaluable piece of knowledge. They have shared it with us. We are indebted to them. Just to share with you what happened in my life. I got 7 acharyas in my life, all well-versed in their own fields. You believe it or not, none of them asked me a single pie from me as Guru Dakshina. None of them. All great teachers, all 7 great teachers. They shared and shared, they showered their knowledge and experience on me. I was unable to hold them. My capacity was less, but they showered on me with all love and affection, without expecting anything from me. They never asked me a single thing from me. They said, you take it, it's something invaluable, we have got it. You take it. They just gave and gave and gave, and never asked from me anything back. I'm so fortunate. Now this is an Acharya. They just give and give, they just shower. We are indebted to them. How to pay it back? In the present day context, we have a very easy answer for it. Pay them their fees, get it up then. No. A real Acharya never expects any fees. Then how to pay it back? They are not taking. They are there only to give. Now the same question I had and asked my teachers. Sir, you have showered so much on me. I am indebted to you. I am to clear this. You never asked anything from me. It's not a story I am telling. It's my own real life experience I am sharing with you. They said, okay. You want to clear yourself of this Acharya Runa? Excellent. We will tell you again. The knowledge what we have gained is so invaluable. We don't want this knowledge to die with us. We want to keep this knowledge alive. We want to see that this knowledge passes on from generation to generation. Because it's so invaluable and is capable of transforming the lives of persons and the society and the world, and can improve the quality of life. So invaluable this is. Now we have gained, due to God's grace and due to the blessings of our teachers and acharyas. We don't want this to die with us. So and someone who can pass it on, who can carry on, who can take on the baton. Baton, you know? Baton. That's what they use in this relay race. That baton. Now this is the baton of knowledge. This you want to pass it on to a right person who can pass it on to the next lap. You want such an efficient person. And we have made you efficient to the best extent possible, and you are passing on this baton. Now this baton is not to be given back. It should be passed on to the next lap. Carry it with you carefully. Don't drop it. Don't spoil it. Don't pollute it. And pass it on for the next generation. Let the next generation be benefited. If you do this wholeheartedly, once again without any expectation, adding to it your experience and knowledge and study, yes, you have paid back our debt. Is what they said. You pass it on. Passing on to the other people, spreading it to other people, you are paying us back. The sentence appears paradoxical. By giving it to others, I am paying it back. Yes, that's the truth. That's what they said. What all they have received, maintain its chastity, maintain its purity. Don't pollute it. Enrich it. Add it. Experiment in your life. Add your own experiences, the results of your experiments. Pass it on to the next generation. Let they be benefited. You see their attitude. They never wanted anything back in any material form. They were very, very much concerned about preserving the knowledge which is invaluable and passing on to the next generation. You do it, that's enough. You have paid us back. Because we know the efforts that we have put in to gain that knowledge, to preserve that knowledge. It's so invaluable. Now you have become a partner to us in protecting it, preserving it and propagating it. Wonderful. If you become a partner in that process and continue it, yes, we are happy, we are satisfied, you have paid us back richly. It's what they said. And to the best extent possible, that's what I am doing and sharing it with you all. No expectation whatsoever. If you all understand this invaluable knowledge, improve the quality of your lives, and if you can pass it on to the next generation, yes, you have paid my fees. Now by listening to this lecture, now you are in debt now. You have to pay it back. You cannot sit quiet and relax. Now I can relax a bit because I have passed on the baton to you. Now this is the way the knowledge has spread. This is the way the human values have to move. And this is Acharya Runa. And to remember this always and to act accordingly and pass it on is what the thread reminds you. That's the third strand, third stringe. Deva Runa, Pitaruna and Acharya Runa. If I understand these three runas which are there for me to clear, which is on me, yes, wearing this sacred thread becomes really sacred. Or it's just a piece of string without no value, no significance. This is the Trivrit. And in the Trivrit, this is the first way of understanding it. That's the Ranatraya, Devaruna, Pitrana, and Acharya Runa. Just imagine for a while, if we really make this universal, wearing of this thread is universal. It is. But today we have lost it. It has been restricted to certain castes. It has been restricted to a certain section of people. That to the menfolk. The society in this chaotic stage. If you make this universal, every person in the universe, irrespective of caste, creed, nationality, gender, we are all made to wear this sacred thread, this yajnopavitam, and explains the significance of these three strands. and they really seriously understand this and try to clear these three debts, imagine how the world could be. Should you think of a heaven elsewhere? No. This very world itself will become a heaven tomorrow. The only thing is we have to discharge our duties. Now this Yajnopavitam is not a sign of caste, is not a sign of creed, is not a sign of race or anything, but it is a sign of our duties to be discharged. It is a Kartavya Suchaka. It reminds us of our duties. Now when it reminds about us, about our duties, it is universal in nature. Every one of us have got certain duties to perform as human beings. So these duties are reminded to us with the help of these three strings. And once we perform our duties, yes, we get a right for other enjoyments. Duty first, rights next. And the whole society and the world will benefit out of it. Now this is not utopia. I repeat, it is not an utopia, it's not an imagination. To the extent we apply it in our life, to that extent we are sure of getting our benefits. Think of it, do it. It's all together. Understand all these things. Take it to our heart and do the best action possible to clear these debts. Devaruna, Pitruna and Acharya Runa. To that extent we will all be benefited, and we shall have that satisfaction that the burden of debt is reduced on our shoulders. So that's what it says. Trivrit. In the Trivrit, that is the one with the three strings, three strands. Yes. I have discussed about this Runatraya. The next one what we have got is, which is complementary to this, which you find elsewhere in other different Veda mantras. That is the Shuddhitraya. Shuddhitraya. So let's discuss about that Shuddhitraya in the next session.